58 years ago, President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. But almost 6 decades later, the American public has not had the chance to see the full details of the investigation. And one expert tells us he's doubtful the full report will ever be completely released. In fact, both the Trump and the Biden administrations have delayed the full release, most recently citing the pandemic.
So today on CBS in Boston, I spoke with Tom Samoluk. He is the former deputy director of the Assassination Records Review Board in the 90s. And he says at this point, the secrecy surrounding the investigation is unnecessary.
Most records, the vast majority of records, the records that the review board did not release in the mid-90s need to be released now. Not that the assassination can be solved. I can tell you that the review board, the staff, we looked at all these records. There's no smoking gun, if you will. However, they do put together the assassination chronology more completely, the story. And the members of the American public can decide, those who are interested, whether they want to look at these records and reconstruct the story and come to their own conclusion. But keeping the records secret, particularly in this day and age, does not help trust in the federal government.
Well, I think that's really the question here. So you've seen it all. You've read every document, and you can sit here and say there's nothing there that's going to be earth-shattering. So do you think that the continual delay in just releasing everything has fed conspiracy theories?
Yes, for sure. And we had examples of those records back in the mid-90s where we wondered why, for so long, 30-plus years at that point, why they had not been released, because historians and researchers had looked at documents that were virtually a black sheet because they were so heavily redacted, and there would be one line that was not redacted. It would be so provocative that it would lead people to believe that this is the one. This is the one that shows that there was a conspiracy. Ultimately, there was nothing that unequivocal.
You can hear more of our conversation tomorrow on CBS in Boston.
It's really great to hear him say, you know, that he's seen the records. So he says there's no surprise there, but we've seen how this feeds into skepticism because everyone has their own theory. One thing I think a lot of people can agree on is that we need to see the records. There needs to be transparency.
I think it's very helpful to hear someone like him say that it will give people more full understanding if they did see the whole timeline.
All right, we'll look forward to more tomorrow. Thank you, Paula.